So, hey, my social media enablers, my codependents. hmm You know, where I keep telling you, I'm a social media junkie, and you just keep feeding my addiction, enabling my addiction. Ain't gonna talk too long because I was out living my life gardening. But first, I was watching television, and I had saw this phrase that someone had printed on their T-shirt, and it had said "Die empty." I said, "Look at here, you pushing that slogan, die empty." I said, "I shall adopt that slogan. I'm gonna die empty. I ain't gonna die full. I'm gonna die empty. I'm gonna use this life up to like a cup of Maxwell, but this ain't Maxwell. This Folgers. But you know how they say Maxwell good to the last drop? I'm gonna live my life good to the last drop. I'm gonna die empty and broke. Savings? I ain't got no savings. Every money I make, I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna die empty. Because in living my life to the fullest, I'm gonna live it to the best of my ability. I'm gonna buy every. You know what we saying about that King Solomon? You know, King Solomon was not a minimalist, and I ain't gonna be no minimalist either. Every money I make, every money I get, I'm gonna spend it. Spend it. So I've been spending some money on gardening. Trying to transform my garden into a perfect, backyard retreat because I'm a hermit, I'm a recluse, I like to stay at home, and so I am transforming the backyard to a staycation. hmm And when I had saw that slogan on that man's T-shirt, when he said "Die empty," best believe I am. This is April 30th, the last day of the month, mind you. Woo! I had to celebrate. Oh, and celebrating this. Hey, new subscribers, thank you for like tapping on and clicking in and pushing that button because you didn't have to do it, but you did. You like me like that, to where you absolutely want to indulge in my tomfoolery. Because I just be getting on here, just gab in a way. Here's a cup of coffee to you. Mm. Actually, it's my second cup. hmm And so this is the 120th day. Look how far we got. We got to 120 days in of the year 2026. Ain't God so good? God just keeping us here. Because God didn't have to do it. But God chose to wake me up. God chose to wake my husband up. God chose to wake my kids up. God chose to wake, wonderful family members up. God chose to wake up you and your loved ones because not everybody got that wake up call to wake up today, right? But in that we got the wake up call to wake up, I be telling God, I said, okay, God, I'm going to get dressed because I almost pushed that snooze button. And I said, but I'm going to go ahead and get up, show up, and show out. I be showing out for the Lord. I be like, let me show you what I can do today, God, to please you. Because, I look at this world, everybody on the top side of the soil, we are like, chess pieces. Life is like checkers or chess. Which game you playing? Because don't none of us get out of this living alive. We don't. And so since don't none of us get out of it alive, look, I ain't gonna get out of this living with money in the bank. Oh no. I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna spend every nickel I make. I ain't gonna save nothing. Every nickel I make, because how people be saying, oh, she foolish. That's foolish talking. And it might be foolish talking. But, every foolishness is not for everybody. Because, just like how, like me and you, we in the same cup of tea, but this coffee, like how you might be, like everybody ain't your cup of tea, right? Because I ain't everybody's cup of tea and everybody ain't my cup of tea. Like, that's why I don't be watching a whole lot of television. I can't stand all that. I'd rather entertain myself and so entertain myself. I be, talking to you. Keeping you company, keeping me company. And I just had to share my thoughts with you because I be sharing my thoughts because I use you. You know I'm a user, right? You probably know me by now. That's why you click back on. That's why you subscribe to me. That's why we friends like that. hmm And so, um, but I'm not good company. I'm just letting you know that up front. I'm not a good influence. Cause I be, I consider myself conceited, full of myself. Cause I ain't gonna be half full. I'm gonna be as full as I can, and being as full as I can. I heard that slogan, "Die empty." You know, ain't no, none of us here to stay. We all got our time to go. Cause I'm 60 years old, right? Should the good Lord let me live 40 more years, and it'll be 2065, I'll be 100 years old. But I don't know what the good Lord gonna do. I don't know if the good Lord gonna give me another day. I don't know if the good Lord gonna give me 30 days. I don't know if the good Lord gonna let me live to be 65. And however the good Lord let me live, best believe I'm gonna die broke. Yeah, I ain't gonna look. Put money in the bank for what? Because tomorrow is not. Well, tomorrow gonna get here. Tomorrow is promised. The sun gonna rise and the moon gonna set, and the stars gonna shine. But are any of us, me and you, are you promised tomorrow? No, you ain't promised tomorrow. That's why I say live for today, for tomorrow we die. Right? But 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 God be waking us up. And so in that God be waking us up, I said, okay, God let me okay. Because I'm telling you, I be awestruck by God. I woke up thinking about God and I had wrote down, I made notes, right? I said, I marvel. Every time God wakes me up, I be marveling at God. I said, God, you didn't have to do it, but you did. And God woke me up. I just find God so awesome. I do. I just find God awesome for waking me up. And in that God will be waking me up, I'm going to keep on saying it. This is a new thing, because I like to repeat my words, right? And so the new thing I got to say is, I'm gonna die broke. I don't care what these folks be saying. Oh no, you better save for your retirement. Oh no, you better save for a rainy day. Oh, you better save for hard times. But what if I don't make it to a hard time? What if I don't make it to a rainy day? I got today. And if I got money I ain't got no money in my pocket now because I don't spend it all. But when I make some more money, you think I'm gonna save it in my pocket? Oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna spend it and enjoy it because who knows if I got tomorrow. I'm just happy. I'm happy at the thought of living full and dying empty. Yeah. And so let me encourage you to live your best life. hmm Anything you want to do, go ahead and do it. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Because you don't know if you got tomorrow. Don't take it for granted. See, that's why I be marveling at God. Because I don't take for granted that God gonna wake me up. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up. I don't know if God gonna find favor with me. But God be finding favor with me to give me another day. And so I was outside gardening, and I've been, um, taking little snippets, video snippets, because I don't be having you hanging with me while I be doing my gardening work. But I've been, time capsuling my progress, and little bit by little bit, and then when I finish, I'm gonna show it to you, right? It's gonna be like, ooh, it's gonna be something to show off, show out, and show off. I'm gonna get dressed, and look. I be taking signs and cues from the universe. Cause I was like, oh God, I know cause I am a sinner and I don't know no better. And I be having to apologize to God. I said, God, if I said something I had ought not said, I do apologize and please forgive me, God. And then when I was in the store and didn't I see some flowers Yeah, I saw some flowers on clearance, $2. I said, okay. I took that as a sign from God. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. Go ahead and buy those flowers and do some crafting and some creations. And yeah. And I'm gonna show you what I did with it because I got like 5 bunches, and I'm just gonna see what I want to do. I would like to. There's a whole lot I want to do. So I just be crafting up some stuff. And I don't, do I want to make a headband? A flower headband, but I already got one of those. But I wanted another color. And then I was thinking about, do I want to make a jacket and just flower it all up and put flowers all over the jacket? Or do I want to do a skirt and just have flowers all over the skirt? Or do I want to do, you know how those feather boas is? Do I want to do a boa and have a you know, I suppose I should have bought a garland. Started off with a garland and add flowers to it, and it'll be, you know, yeah. So it's gonna be a, a flower boa, like a feather boa, a flower boa. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about you. And just want to say, oh, because I'm celebrating. Celebrating life and celebrating that I actually have 200 friends. Y'all like me like that? That y'all willingly and of your own accord, free will agents you did. Chose to push that button and subscribe and be my friend. I guess you want to see more of me, huh? You like hang with me like that? Because you know I like hang with you too. And so, you know what I'm gonna say. I love you. I do love you. I love you. Have yourself a great day. Be wonderful. Be marvelous. Be happy. Be fabulous. Yeah. Live your best life. And wake up every day. I want to show you something. What that thing said? Turn. What that said? Wake up every morning with the thought that something wonderful is going to happen. So, oh, I ain't played like this in a while. See, what that look like? They look like bat ears. Yeah, enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you later. Bye.